You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, help is on the way for local parents. A new child care resource is set to open in Joplin.
Also, floodwaters might mean trouble for some, but for local anglers, it's prime time for some fishing.
And we've got a bit of a chilly start out there today. However, temperatures heating up by this afternoon. A look at your forecast coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner, just after 7 o'clock now on this Tuesday, June the 10th. And it is going to be a great Tuesday across the area.
Yes.
And we've got some great news for you all this morning. Lots of stuff to tell you about.
Yes. Middle school students are at MSSU to learn all about science-related careers at the Science to Jobs Summer Academy. As
KOAM's Lonnie Walton reports, the goal is to spark curiosity about science-related fields from mathematics to healthcare.
I spoke to Susan, who says her parents told her if she wants to be in the medical field, it comes with a huge price: hard work.
Get to see what's it like to put in a needle.
Elise Torria is a middle school student. She says through personal experience, she wants to work in the healthcare industry someday.
My parents have always been like the type to always encourage you to do what you think is best for yourself, but to not also be kind.
Being kind is needed in the healthcare field, but first you must learn the material. Susan Hall from MSU says that's what kids are doing at the Science to Jobs Summer Academy.
We're learning about our anatomage tables, which are electronic cadaver tables. They have access to learn about x-rays and kinesiology.
And the technology is a plus, according to Sherry Whiteman, an associate professor of health science.
Friendly and fun and easier to understand because it's really hard to learn about a three-dimensional structure from a paper.
It's very helpful because I get to experience it while not actually causing trouble to another person.
Wyman says events like these can help change minds about what different jobs do.
I don't know, people get the icks sometimes, right, from thinking about anatomy, and it doesn't have to be that, right? It can be really engaging.
Elise says her parents will always continue to support her,
making me push myself to limits, but not pushing me too far.
And hopefully Joplin gives birth to another medical professional. Reporting in Joplin, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
All right, well, the event continues today with a total of 164 students attending. Very cool.
Yeah, very cool indeed, and great to get some exposure to different things that are out there so you can see what you might want to do later on. Well, what I want to do is tell you about the weather, and that's what I do every morning, and I'm going to tell you it's going to get hot, but it's hard to believe. When I show you our temperatures for some locations this morning, it's hard to believe how hot it's going to get later today. Let's start, though, with that traditional look outside downtown Pittsburgh. Skies are clear. There's plentiful sunshine, and that's why we're also going to heat up pretty quickly this morning. MoDOT camera 20th and range line in Joplin looking pretty good as well. Folks, of course, lining up, getting the day underway, and hopefully are prepared to stay hydrated because it is going to heat up by this afternoon. By about noon, most of us into the 80s. There still may be some upper 70s, but you're going to be close enough to 80, it won't really matter. Skies will remain clear. Now, the further west you go, the hotter it gets. Take a look at Bartlesville, for example, 91 by 4 o'clock, so we're going to be getting pretty darn close. We're going to be above normal for some locations out there by this afternoon, so a bit on the toasty side, especially comparatively considering like how most of May was below normal, and now we're starting to shoot a little above normal as temperatures begin trending upwards. But again, skies will remain clear. 57 in Joplin right now, 55 in Pittsburgh, and across the area again earlier. I'm kind of curious right now. Okay, so Nevada had dropped to 50 degrees this morning. So that's why I mean, like, it's kind of crazy how cool it is to where it's going to be later. We got 51 as the cold spot in Stockton, and 60 Yates from one corner to the other. Yates Center and Bentonville are the two warm spots this morning. Our highs today into the mid to upper 80s. Clear skies out there, and west winds at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. And we're going to stay hot again tomorrow. Could get an isolated storm or two, and then we have increasing shower and thunderstorm chances rolling into the rest of this week. We'll go over those details with you in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Lise?
Chris, thanks. Well, Pittsburgh police are investigating 2 incidents of shots fired on consecutive nights in the same neighborhood. Both cases happened in Pittsburgh's West Hudson neighborhood, prompting police response both times on Friday and Saturday nights. Officers found bullet holes in vehicles and apartments near 202 and 219 West Hudson, but no one was hurt. Investigators collected multiple shell casings at the scene Friday and another casing Saturday night. The Pittsburgh Police Department continues working to identify any suspects. A fisherman finds himself stranded after the motor on his boat stopped working. The call went out yesterday evening around 8:30 of a stranded boater at Center Creek, just a short distance from the Stones Corner access boat ramp on County Lane 251. Carl Junction Fire, Water Rescue, along with Matson Carl Junction Police responded. First responders found the disabled boat near the bank in some trees with the fisherman hanging onto a few branches. Carl Junction Fire launched their boat and pulled the fisherman and his boat upstream to the ramp. The boat was never underwater and the fisherman was wearing a life vest. Well, some changes for Bourbon County voters ahead of their next election in November. Last year, voters decided to expand the county commission from 3 to 5 districts, meaning the county redrew commission district lines, and polling locations in Redfield and Bronson are being eliminated. The county clerk's office will send postcards in late July detailing new district and polling place information. Still ahead in the redistricting, the commission will vote on term limits for districts 4 and 5 in coming weeks. For upcoming election updates and polling locations, visit KOAMNewsNow.com. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Ribbon cutting in Joplin marks the opening of a child care center, which could help remove barriers for those in recovery. KOAM Samantha Walker shows us how an area nonprofit is working to address a critical child care need.
Lafayette House in Joplin is a nonprofit helping those who have experienced domestic violence, sexual assault, and substance use disorders. Through working with their clients, staff saw where there was a need.
Oftentimes people who are escaping domestic or sexual violence, the fear is there's a lot of control around the children. If you leave me, you won't be able to see our children, those kind of things. So there's a lot of those threats used. We want to make sure that anyone who's escaping those situations, they know that they have the availability of childcare, that children will be cared for, they'll be in a safe space.
The organization is opening Second Steps, a child care center for children aged 6 weeks to 5 years. A lack of affordable child care is an issue felt across the nation, especially in Missouri. According to a recently published report from researchers at the University of Missouri, child care gaps cost Missouri on average more than $1 billion a year.
These families do need to know that they have a safe place, safe, healthy place where their children are being taken care of, so that they can do what they need to do, whether it be work or seek services with Lafayette House or that type of thing. They need to know that they're leaving their child someplace safe.
The center is open to both Lafayette House clients and community families who may be eligible for child care assistance programs. They're welcoming enrollment and currently have quite a few openings for families in need.
It's been a struggle for our staff to make sure that we have child care for our clients. It's a great need, and we wanted to make sure that we addressed it.
Those interested are encouraged to reach out directly to the Lafayette House. Reporting in Joplin, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Well, today there is an open house for Second Steps. It's from 4:30 to 6:30. Families currently enrolled or interested in doing so are encouraged to visit. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, we'll hear from one organizer on what you can expect from this year's 8th annual Toes in the Grand Summer Festival. And later, Charlene shares a twist on a burrito bowl. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from Dykoff Park in Diamond, Missouri. The Grove Area Chamber of Commerce is preparing for the 8th annual Toes in the Grand Summer Festival. We have Amanda Davis from the Grove Chamber of Commerce with us this morning to share all of the wonderful details on this event. Good morning to you, Amanda.
Good morning.
Happy to have you. So talk to me about this year's Toes in the Grand Summer Festival.
So we kick everything off this weekend. A lot of preparation and just getting ready for a lot of different things. So we've got the carnival coming back this year. It'll actually open up Thursday night. The festival itself with vendors, food trucks, all of that will open Friday at noon.
Okay, wonderful. So talk to me about this running on 8 years. What's changed from last year and how has community support just increased this event?
We have a great lineup of sponsors and a lot of folks that look forward to this each year, and a lot of moving parts with this festival. So we have boat races all weekend. We have the carnival. We have food trucks. Non-food vendors, we've got over 50 vendors coming in. The neat thing about this event is that we offer 8 free concerts. So we have 4 concerts Friday night, 4 concerts Saturday night, and those are all free to the public.
That's incredible. Any details on who will be performing or what kind of music is out there for folks?
A little bit of everything. Yeah, so we have over 40 bands that had submitted entries to participate. And again, because of our amazing sponsors, we're able to provide that for free to the public. But a couple local bands mixed in there, a couple bands from across the state of Oklahoma. One of our artists just sang the national anthem at the College World Series for softball last week. So we're pretty excited about the lineup.
Absolutely. It sounds wonderful. Now, of course, you mentioned Carnival on Thursday night, and Friday is when things kick off. Talk to me about the details. When and where can people come out for the entirety of the weekend?
So Friday, they'll want to be out at noon. Everything will open up, a lot of different things, activities that afternoon, and then we'll have the concerts that evening. Saturday morning, we'll kick things off with a car, bike, and truck show. Vendors will open up at 10 on Saturday, and then just activities, the carnival, and then we'll kind of wrap everything up with the concerts on Saturday night, and then of course the boat races will be going on there at Grand Lake at Wolf Creek Park.
Wonderful. And what are you hoping that folks who come to Grove take away from this wonderful event? Like I said, it's been going on 8 years and it just continues to grow.
You know, we have a lot of people that come in from all over the United States, and Grove is just such a it's such a special place, and being right on Grand Lake, you know, people come in, they come to visit, they see what's there, and oftentimes they come back.
Absolutely. Very exciting. If people want to find more information on this event or anything else going on in Grove, where can they do so?
They can go to our Facebook page. They can go to Toes in the Grand on Facebook. They can also go to the Grove Area Chamber of Commerce. And then, of course, they're free to call our office at any time.
Wonderful. Well, Amanda, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Good luck on this weekend's event. It sounds fantastic.
Yes.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It's 7:17 now on this Tuesday morning. Start with a live look downtown Pittsburgh. Skies are clear. It is a bit on the chilly side for some, but temperatures are already starting to climb across the area. MoDOT camera 20th and Range Line in Joplin also looking pretty good this morning as we've got those clear skies, and with all that sunshine, we are going to start to heat up. We're going to do so pretty quickly. So again, we had earlier, Nevada was one of the cooler spots this morning, about 50 degrees, but it will not take long for us to approach about 80 as we head toward the noon hour. Sunny skies prevailing. Temperatures further west, of course, will be much hotter. Bartlesville, great example of that, getting in the low 90s, but as you can see, we've got a number of locations where they're going to be above average, pushing close to 90 degrees today. Once we go overnight, we're going to start to see a gradual increase in clouds, starting to go partly cloudy overnight tonight. No rain expected with any of that, but we'll have some clouds out there. Be milder to start our day. We're going to be hot once again as we head into our Wednesday afternoon. However, once we get between about 5 and 10 p.m., we could get an isolated shower or thunderstorm, primarily on the Missouri side. So we're talking just a pop-up shower or storm. Not much expected, but we could get 1 or 2. No severe weather expected either, but just a heads up that late evening on Wednesday could get a stray shower or storm out there. Once we get past that, clouds will continue to increase. We'll start to go mostly cloudy overnight, rolling into Thursday. And as we head through Thursday, we're going to start to see gradually increasing chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms. Now, at this time, again, severe weather's not expected, but what we are going to watch for is the potential for some additional flooding concerns, especially with flash flooding, where we could get some scattered storms. You may get under one of those storms that just dumps a lot of rain in a short amount of time. So that's something we want to watch over the next few days. As for today, though, it looks great. Look at that sky out there. Sun is already shining. Look how quickly we warm up, though. Mid-60s by 8. Again, near 80 by 11 o'clock this morning. Sunny skies, temperatures mid to upper 80s with a west breeze at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. So again, a bit on the warm side for sure. And again, for some folks, you know, this isn't that big of a deal, but there are some get a little more sensitive to the heat a little more easily. And so, you know, as we get warmer now, upper 80s to near 90, you want to make sure you're checking in on, you know, the elderly, children, pets, anybody may be a little more sensitive to heat than, you know, somebody else. You just want to make sure we start checking up, making sure we're being smart, being safe out there as we start to heat up. Into the evening, clear skies will continue. Temperatures begin falling after the sun sets, of course. We'll about drop back into the mid-60s with those partly cloudy skies. And again, from Thursday through Saturday, we're going to have just continued chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. So remember, Future Track is showing where those scattered storms could be. It's not just a big blanket of rain. Scattered shower storms will continue through the day on Friday. We'll have pauses here and there. It's the whole point of them being scattered. But our best chances for a few more of these scattered storms will be Friday. We go into Saturday and they'll become a little bit more widely scattered, but still some showers and storms will be possible. Again, heavy rain is going to be the biggest concern. Hot again tomorrow, upper 80s. Thanks to the rain, the clouds, a little cooler, not by much, but a little. And then after that, we start heating up again going into next week. Get another opportunity to dry out, but we also get another opportunity to get hot. Temperatures into the upper 80s. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Good morning. This morning we have Charlene Patton from the Kansas Soybean Commission with us this morning. And Charlene, today we're making some tempeh burrito bowls. So talk to me a little bit about what tempeh is.
Well, it is a soybean product, and so you're getting your protein without having meat. And you'll find it in the natural food section. A lot of times it might be provided that you would put it with another meat option if you wanted to.
It's right here. It looks just like ground beef.
Yes, and what I did with this is I browned it a little bit in the skillet, added a little bit of vegetable juice, and then some taco seasoning. So you've got that extra flavor in it. So that's our soybean product that's in here. This is a recipe that's featured in the new Soy Foods Guide. So when they call for the recipes this month, we'll send them the new guide. And it's on page 23.
Perfect.
All right. I love this idea. You can see we have quite a spread here, that you could do this for a buffet for a party this summer, and then let everyone build their own bowl just like they'd like to.
So
and that's what I'm going to let you do, and I'm going to talk about the things that are here. You can start out with the tempeh if you'd like to. And when you put it on, I put a bed of shredded lettuce there at the bottom. But you could, this could either be hot or cold for a summer dish. You could either put it like you're doing it and layering it, or you could do
little dollops.
Right, to make it colorful. Then we have rice, and this is a cilantro lime rice, and you'll see that you can buy that in the store, but we have the directions in the book that show just how you can make it yourself, which is kind of fun. And then we have the black beans. Now you could use soy black beans. It gives you a lot more protein than regular black beans, but whichever you want. We have tomatoes, we have corn,
look at all
cheese.
Of this.
Oh my gosh, and I love it so colorful that you can...
It's already getting so colorful. I haven't even touched anything else yet.
Yes, and then we have the corn, we have jalapenos, we have some red onion there. Let me see what else. Oh, lime that you can drizzle over the top of it.
Fun.
Cheese, we have guacamole, some avocado, and sour cream.
Look at all
Look
of
how
this.
pretty that looks. Beautiful. And some chips to add to the side.
How fun is this? It's so interactive, especially if you mentioned for buffets or parties, things like that. So wonderful, especially with this added inclusion of the tempeh there for some soy protein. Now, Charlene, if people want to get this recipe found in the Soy Foods Guide, where can they do so?
They should go to our website at kansassoybeans.org, or they can call our 800 number 877-KS Soybean, and we'll mail them all the recipes for June and the Soy Foods Guide.
Well, this is definitely a fun recipe that you definitely want to call that number for. So Charlene, as always, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Happy to have you. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. I'm Elise Snowy. The summer reading challenge is underway at the Carthage Library, encouraging kids to keep reading while school's out. Participants track their reading time to earn prizes and drawing entries. Free programs run all summer, including story time, art, robotics, and discovery days with hands-on activities. The goal is to help kids avoid the summer slide, a drop in skills over break, and give families a fun, safe place to learn together.
It's always warms my heart when a family will come in and they'll say, we never knew the library had this much to offer. And when the babies are crying because it's time to leave, that just tells me that they're going to want to come back. And so, you know, it's just such a heartwarming experience.
The Carthage Public Library is packed with free programs all summer long, from story time and art club to cooking classes, robotics, and even discovery days with water tables and magnetic play. Well, a major electric rate change is hitting Miami utility customers, and it starts this month. The Miami Special Utility Authority approves a 3-year electric rate increase to keep pace with rising power costs from the Grand River Dam Authority. Starting this month, customers pay 12% more, with potential rise coming in 2026 and 2027. The city says the rate plan supports $28 million in capital projects, including smart meters and substation upgrades. City Manager Tyler Klein says these improvements keep the system modern and attractive for business growth. Utility work at the intersection of 20th Street and Country Club Drive in Joplin is running behind schedule due to recent rain and storms. The area remains closed to through traffic while crews install a new water main ahead of a major road widening project. Local access can get through with soft closures in place on surrounding streets. Once complete, the $9.8 million project will expand 20th Street to 3 lanes and add a path for pedestrians and cyclists. Well, take me out to the ballpark and to Mojo Monday. Yesterday evening at the Frontenac City Ballpark, families enjoyed shaved ice while coming together to support Jenny Latimer, who is battling breast cancer. A portion of the proceeds and tips went to Jenny and her family. The event, started by the new owners of the Mojo Shaved Ice Company, is all about giving back and has quickly become a community favorite.
It always feels great to be able to give back to the community. They support us coming by and buying a shaved ice from us. Getting to see the kids and their smiling faces is priceless. But being able to give back to different families or organizations that are in need is just a blessing.
Supporters were also asked to wear their pink Never Give Up breast cancer shirts to show solidarity for Jenny. Now let's head over to Chris for a quick look at your forecast.
We are continuing with a somewhat cool start, but as the sun continues to climb higher in the sky, temperatures rising quickly out there. No, our camera downtown Pittsburgh looks great. The sun obviously shining. The skies are clear. Same from the MoDOT camera at 20th and Rangeline. Okay, well, there it goes. I don't know what that was about, but there we are. But still, it is sunny outside. On to the future track, same situation by noon. Many of us are already pushing into the 80s. The further west you are, the hotter it's going to be. Bartlesville, a great example there, as they're going to about 91. And as we head into the rest of our day, just hot and sunny. Otherwise, I mean, it's not a bad day. But again, remember, some folks I know are a little more sensitive to the heat than others. So just make sure you're checking in on those that might, upper 80s and even near 90 might be a little much for them. Make sure they're not overdoing it. Again, temperatures coming up, though. 57, both Joplin and Pittsburgh right now. Temperatures, again, how many times am I going to say? I'm so sorry. It is a Tuesday or something. We are already getting into the upper 50s. We're starting to see 61 Iola, Independence, Bentonville. We got 59 Nevada. And Nevada, you were one of the cooler spots this morning, down to 50 earlier. Already now 10 degrees warmer almost in just about an hour and a half. Clear skies through the day. Again, hot temperatures mid-upper 80s and a west wind at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. We do have more hot weather on the way through at least tomorrow. We also have rain chances starting tomorrow. We'll take a look at all of those details in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
Chris, thanks. And don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get those severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The KOAM Skywatch weather app. Local fishermen gather on the banks of the flooded Neosho River in Miami, Oklahoma. As KOAM chief photojournalist Ty Park shows us, all along the bank, they're casting out lines and reeling them in.
It brings the catfish up in the grass eating worms. They come up in here and feed, and they're I'm not going to say easy to catch, but they're easier than trying to catch them out of the river. Carp, drum, mostly the only three we're seeing right now, but mostly catfish, small cast, nothing real big yet. It is, every time it's flooded, it fills up for this side, and if you can get on the other side's full too, so just everybody enjoys it. Everybody that's around here knows that when the river floods, the catfish usually feed.
Is just the people, honestly. We moved here last year from Mount Airy, North Carolina. The people here are more Mayberry than there. So it's getting to know the people out here for us, getting to know our community, fishing with them, just enjoying a good day on the river, even if it's flooded. Saturday we ended up with 8 beautiful cats. Today we've gotten 3 so far, and catfish freeze beautifully, so I'm filling my freezer up. The people out here getting to know the community is really the best part of it. I mean, don't get me wrong, stringer full of fish is a good thing too, but the people out here.
Now, the folks we spoke to just asked that if you do want to join in on the fishing fun, do be kind and clean up after yourself. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. A growing multi-billion-dollar industry has fans paying top dollar for sportswear, and it shows no sign of slowing down. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from Dykoff Park in Diamond, Missouri. Well, in Consumer Watch, job growth is still slowing down. In its jobs report for last month, the Labor Department found the U.S. economy has been adding jobs at a slower pace than in the past 2 months. The department says uncertainty over the direction of trade, tax, and monetary policy has been causing employers to slow down on their hiring. The unemployment rate was 4.2%, which was unchanged from the past 2 months. Aldi's is lowering prices for nearly 25% of its merchandise this summer. Aldi says customers will collectively save $100 million this summer alone. CEO Jason Hart says that although consumers may see rising prices at other retailers, Aldi's is working hard to unlock more value for its customers in time for the summer season. The move by the retail giant is in response to growing economic concerns and global tariffs. Well, 3 of President Trump's top trade advisors met their Chinese counterparts for a highly anticipated new round of tariff talks. Fox News correspondent Greg Palkett has more from London.
We're taking in billions of dollars of tariff money. The money is pouring in, and it hasn't even started yet.
President Trump says his new trade policy is working, and today it's getting a big test. His top 3 trade officials met with their Chinese counterparts here in London for talks aimed at ending the tariff war. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Trade Representative Jameson Greer, and Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick are representing the U.S., hoping diplomacy can help settle disputes between the world's 2 biggest economies. At the top of the agenda, making sure American companies have access to Chinese rare earth minerals.
This was a very significant sticking point because China controls, as you know, something like 90% of the rare earths and the magnets.
Today's talks are hoping to build on a 90-day tariff pause agreed to in Geneva last month. Democrats on Capitol Hill say the president is trying to have it both ways, touting income from the tariffs while also slashing them in order to cut a deal.
The Trump tariffs are going to raise costs on everyday Americans by thousands of dollars.
And some say instead of making a deal with Beijing, the administration should be focusing on boosting the economy back home.
In order to really beat the Chinese Communist Party, you still have to have a strong domestic economy.
If the two sides can't come to an agreement by August, American tariffs on Chinese goods will shoot back up to 145%. In London, Greg Malgott, Fox News.
And those are our top consumer stories. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 7:44 now on this Tuesday morning. Again, starting with a live look downtown Pittsburgh. Skies are clear. Sun is shining and temperatures continuing to warm across the area, and they will do so quickly over the next couple of hours. On to the MoDOT camera 20th and Range Line in Joplin, looking good as well with the sun shining. And that is what the future track has to offer us throughout the day today is the sunshine. Hotter out to the west. Bartlesville kind of giving us a little hint as to how hot it's going to be further to our west, but we're still going to be pretty toasty, a little above normal for some of us out there. Now, overnight tonight, we'll start to see clouds increase a bit, going partly cloudy, and then as we go through Wednesday, it'll be a mix of partly to mostly cloudy skies, but will be dry for the majority of the day. We do have between about 5 and 10 an opportunity for an isolated shower or thunderstorm, primarily onto the Missouri side, and you can see it here on the future track. Again, whatever we see is going to be very, very limited, very isolated, and can confine to the Missouri side of things is what the expectation is. No severe weather is expected with that activity either. Now, I have again pressed the wrong button, but as we head into our Thursday, though, we're going to have clouds increasing from Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and we're going to start to go mostly cloudy across the area, which now we can get to here, and will also be milder to Wednesday into Thursday. We'll start to see more opportunities for more scattered showers and thunderstorms across the region as we head into our Thursday. Now, again, at this point, we're not anticipating any severe weather. There's nothing that's giving us any hints that anything significant is expected, so that's some good news. But what we are watching out for is this time around, maybe not so much a widespread flooding risk like we've seen the last few rounds of storms we've had, where we've had bulk areas of heavy rain. What we're looking at more so now is isolated flooding concerns and flash flooding concerns, because we could get a couple of storms out there that may drop a lot of heavy rain in a short amount of time. So that's something that we will want to monitor over the next few days. For today, though, the only thing you need to monitor is the temperatures. And again, for certain groups, getting into the upper 80s, near 90s, there are certain groups who are going to be sensitive to that, including your pets. So just make sure you're being safe, being smart, because we're starting to settle into that hotter pattern across the area. Mid-60s to start our day today, near 80 by 11 o'clock this morning. Into the afternoon we go. Still sunny, still very warm, and into the upper 80s. West winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Clear skies continue through the evening hours, and we'll be back down to the mid-60s tonight, and with those partly cloudy skies. So again, from late Wednesday really into Thursday, we're going to have those opportunities for scattered showers and thunderstorms. At this point, it looks like some of our best chances to see scattered showers and storms is going to be throughout the day on Friday. You can see we've got the rain here on the future track covering most of the area. Now remember, it's not rain everywhere, but in this zone is where rain and storms could be. And Friday looks to be kind of our best coverage day. If we're going to see a few more of those scattered showers and storms, it'll be Friday. They will continue into Saturday, but they're going to start to become a little more widely scattered to isolated out there. But again, some heavy rain could be a concern. Tomorrow, still hot though, upper 80s, getting close to 90. Back down in the low 80s with the rain cloud cover Thursday, Friday. And then as we head into next week, temperatures heat up again and we start to dry out. Let's check of your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Sports memorabilia is a multi-billion-dollar industry with people paying top dollar for cards, gear, and apparel.
Joe Morgan reports on what part authentication plays in the process of buying and selling.
Some of the popular items that sold at auction in 2024: Shohei Ohtani's 50-50 home run ball, the jersey that Babe Ruth wore when he called his shot in the 1932 World Series, and a Tom Brady rookie card. The winner of that auction was Patriots owner Robert Kraft, whose winning bid was $120,000. With any piece of memorabilia, part of the process of determining its value is authentication. Companies like PSA, JSA, and Beckett authenticate cards, autographs, and memorabilia. And at least one company that produces cards is also helping collectors authenticate. Rookie Patch autograph cards and Upper Deck's The Cup hockey set contain QR codes that collectors can scan.
And get 16 images of the card as it was issued from Upper Deck to verify these high value cards. What is the original patch that was in the card? What is the original signature? We've seen people where they're wiping off the signature and having it re-signed to verify the serial number and to verify the card as a whole as it was issued from Upper Deck.
Upper Deck President Jason Mashura says someone might want to replace the patch on the card with one that's more colorful and wipe off the signature if it's not perfect and get the player to re-sign it. So the system allows collectors to see multiple images of the card as it was originally issued. The sports memorabilia market was valued at $33 billion last year. It's expected to grow to an estimated $271 billion in 2034. In Los Angeles, Joe Morgan, Fox News.
Certainly interesting. A lot goes into that. And it's not just sports memorabilia. There's so many different collector's items out there that it's always important, especially in this day and age, to make sure it is genuine.
Absolutely.
You don't want to be swindled out there. And I know Mother Nature has been kind of a little less than genuine with us. Below normal temperatures through most of May, a lot of rainfall. That's okay. That's where I wanted that to go anyway. And we have hot temperatures on the way now. Now we're starting to climb above normal. As we go into the upper 80s today, skies will be clear. We'll have west winds around 5 to 10. However, clouds will begin to increase a bit tonight, start to go partly cloudy. And through the day, most of us will be dry for the majority of Wednesday. But between about 5 and 10, could get an isolated shower storm, mainly on the Missouri side. We'll be very isolated. Not everybody's going to get anything. Really, many people won't get anything out of what we might see tomorrow, and we're not anticipating any severe weather or anything like that. However, it does set the stage for increasing cloud cover overnight into Thursday, and as we go through Thursday, we're going to start to have those increasing shower and thunderstorm chances scattered across the area. And again, at this time, severe weather is not expected, but we are concerned about localized flooding as a possibility because storms will be scattered in nature, and so we're looking more so at that possibility of you getting under a thunderstorm, over Parsons that drops a lot of rain in a short amount of time, but only around Parsons, localizing the flooding. So again, I'm not saying Parsons you're going to get a storm with a lot of rain tomorrow, but that's what we're looking at with those storm chances as we go from Thursday into Saturday. We're going to have another look at your forecast plus the news you need to know right after this.
And here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Carl Junction first responders respond to a call from a stranded fisherman on Center Creek. First responders found the disabled boat near the bank in some trees with the fisherman hanging onto a few branches. Carl Junction Fire launched their boat and pulled the fisherman and his boat upstream to the ramp. The motor on the boat had stalled, leaving the fisherman stranded on the water. Pittsburgh police are investigating 2 incidents of shots fired on consecutive nights in the same neighborhood. Both cases happened in Pittsburgh's West Hudson neighborhood on Friday and Saturday nights. Officers found bullet holes in vehicles and apartments near 202 and 219 West Hudson, but no one was hurt. The Pittsburgh Police Department continues working to identify any suspects. And utility work on the intersection of 20th Street and Country Club Drive in Joplin is running behind schedule due to recent rain and storms. The area remains closed through traffic while crews install a new water main ahead of a major road widening project. Local access can get through with soft closures in place on surrounding streets. That's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And as you head out the door, again, a bit cool. Temperatures warming quickly, though. Eventually mid-upper 80s out there. West winds 5 to 10 with sunny skies. Clear skies through the evening. And then we'll eventually start to go partly cloudy overnight tonight. Southeast winds around 5 to 10 and back into the mid-60s. Tomorrow, still hot, going back into the upper 80s once again. Isolated shower storm on the Missouri side between 5 and 10. No severe weather expected, and rain chances continuing through Saturday.
Well, he has been an internet sensation since the end of May, but now he's finally going home. Ed the Zebra, who has been roaming around Rutherford City, Tennessee, has finally been captured.
A team from Texas that sold Ed arrived with a helicopter and successfully located him in Christian, Tennessee. The crew dropped a net onto the zebra before they airlifted him out of the area. Talk about an exciting escape for the zebra,
yes,
and an exciting ride for him as well.
Just a little trip.
Yeah, nice little trip there, up high. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We are back with more news and weather at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.